I spent a lot of my pandemic working on my more creative and artistic side, and I actually got hired to do a mosaic, so that was one of my first commissioned big projects. I spent a lot of time doing that this summer and really focusing on the art aspect of my education. I also spent a lot of time outdoors hiking and surfing. Being in California, I was blessed with good weather, so I spent a lot of my extracurriculars outdoors, exploring and being active in the best way I could. I actually got the chance to travel abroad and live abroad during the semester as well. So I think there was a huge transition in independence. You become a lot more independent when you go off to college anyways, but moving abroad was a really big step for me. I moved to Manchester in the United Kingdom for about 3 or 4 months, and living there while doing online school was a really good experience to, like I said, increase my independence and think about things that are way outside of water polo, right? I mean, water polo culture in California and in the States is really strong. To go to a place where there's almost no water polo, where the sport culture is very different, and just, life in general is very different. That was a huge experience for just me personally. I'm looking forward to just gaining back that sense of camaraderie with my teammates and that sense of community within Harvard Water Polo. We share the same head coach between the men's and women's water polo team, and the same whole coaching staff actually, and that by default just creates a really, really tight-knit family. We call ourselves a family, and that's a term we don't use very lightly, but we use a lot because it's a pretty seriously close family. And so I'm just enjoying hanging out with the water polo crew, and with a new perspective of being back after a year and a half, I'm very conscious of the time that I have left at Harvard and left to play water polo competitively. So I'm going in with a mindset of just mindfulness and enjoying every second I have here, because it'll be gone sooner or later. COVID and a lot of other aspects of 2020 resulted in a really detrimental year for the world, the US, a lot of different communities, and that recovery doesn't happen fast, but I've said this before and I'll say it now. I think we're all fools if we don't take something out of what the past year and a half has been, right? There's so many negatives to think about, but there are also so many positives to come out of this past year. And it's harder to find those sometimes, but focusing on those, I think, really sets a precedent for the future that we haven't been set back. These are all periods of growth in one way or another. So I'm just excited that everybody's back and can continue on their paths that they're striving for.